Hi, lovelies. How are you? So, first, I'm so excited to see all of you signing up for the time investing sprint. It's going to be so much fun. Someone actually messaged me saying how excited she is to get this in time for summer, and I know I feel that so much. I used to spend all my summers running around, no break, no rest, full of social plans even, or full of good things, but just full and exhausted the whole time. So I'm really pleased to give this you guys in time for summer. And what else I will say, what's amazing about this training and what I'm most looking forward to about it is it's the first time I've done a 3-day live training, and it's open already, the private group with time investors just popping in all the time. And it's fun to wake up to that when I sleep because people all over the world are joining. We just dropped in the first welcome video. It's happening. So if you haven't signed up yet, you can sign up right now. It's literally £6. That's British pounds. Not weight. And basically for the price of one fancy coffee, you're going to get everything it takes to get out of time debt and invest time the top 1%. Because I know so many of you out there are investing your time. You are doing this work, but this is going to get you doing it at the best. And it's the most honestly ridiculous thing I've ever offered because it's just such high value. And I'm doing it because I hear from so many of you that you don't have time to sort out your time. So that's why I've created this training. It's going to leave you with more time than the time you invest in the training that same week. Everybody creates more time by being in this training. Someone else messaged me and said, how come it's only £6? Because why not? Why not have it just be £6? This is about us helping as many people as possible. So if you feel full and there's not enough time, get in this room. Wouldn't it be worth it to pay £6 just to get 1 hour for yourself? What about 10 hours? That's 60 pence an hour. And what you learn in this room, you'll apply for the rest of your life. And then let me add to this. Don't be shy, invite others. I'm encouraging you to tell your friends, your partners, your parents, your teams, all the people that you know that would love a few more hours in their weeks. Probably not the kids, because I do swear, but you can pass on the learnings to them anyway. Do whatever it takes to get in this room. You will get access to replays all week if you can't join live. You can create a short-term Facebook account if you don't use Facebook. I've had someone do that before. So I will leave that link for you in the show notes and see you there. Okay, so let's talk about you for a minute. Today, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? Are you feeling ahead? Are you feeling behind? Because if you are already feeling behind and you are feeling overwhelmed and you are feeling full, then there's nothing wrong with you. We know this, right? It's just that you're spending your time wrong based on how you've been taught to spend your time and even to spend it generally instead of investing it, right? So I'm guessing maybe you tried to create the perfect plan and get 20 things done in a single day, and then you are multitasking and juggling with 10 tabs open and your phone alert still going on. And so what I wanted to give you today in this episode is 6 simple steps to get ahead right now. And I really recommend you grab a pen and paper for this one. Okay, so pause, grab your pen and paper, not if you're driving, obviously, and get ready because these 6 steps are going to get you ahead today. Okay, so instead of doing all the things or walking around with that never-ending to-do list, you're going to start by picking 3 priorities for the week and commit to them fully. Anything that doesn't come into these priorities gets put into next week, no exceptions. Because I promise you, 99% of things that you think can't wait can definitely wait a week. Because most of the things on that to-do list, the 50 long to-do list, don't get done anyway because we're too busy spinning in overwhelm about all the things that we have to do. So we are much better off picking 3 priorities for the week. Now, some of you might be thinking 3 isn't enough. Anything more than 3 isn't a priority anymore. Like I think I've spoken about this before on the podcast, how the word priority used to be singular, like a priority. And obviously as humans come along and we're like, well, yeah, but let's make them plural. We'll just keep adding priorities. And again, it's 1 week, okay? It's really 1 week. I promise you will move so much faster and get so much more ahead when you set 3 priorities and commit to them. The second thing is stop guilting yourself for working. Stop guilting yourself for taking time off. Your life will be full of both of these things now and for time. Like, this is what life is. So watching Netflix doesn't make you a lazy person. Working when your kids are around doesn't make you a bad parent. Like, really, the guilt, that it's like carrying around like 50 pounds of lead weight. I don't know why it matters that it's lead when I'm giving you the weight, but like 50 pounds of heavy weight as you do everything, because it's stopping you from actually plowing through the work and getting what you want to done in your work. And it's stopping you from really resting and enjoying your time off. So the guilt is done. Guilt diet starts today. Okay, the third thing is boredom. We're going to speak about boredom. When you get bored, when you feel bored, don't stop what you are doing and open another tab on your computer. Don't pick up the phone. Don't get up off the chair to go and see what's in the fridge, even though you're not hungry. Don't do it. Don't even go up and make a cup of tea from the feeling of boredom. Like, I'm all for making tea. I have lots of tea. I love tea. But not getting up from that place of like, oh, I'm bored. Let me go entertain my primitive brain. No, it's a single urge and it will pass. Take a deep breath, go back to focusing on what you are doing. Take that deep breath. Sometimes I also keep like Post-its next to me, and you can just like mark down 1, and then you can mark down another one, and then when you get to 5, you cross it out. So even something like that. But what we don't want to do is open up like a tab and a research loop or a social media loop that's going to suck us in. That's what it's designed to do. Okay, number 4. I am speaking quite fast because I'm excited on this one, so you may need to go back and listen to this episode again. Number 4 is give yourself a break. You do not need to triple check everything and make it perfect. Allow yourself to be human. 5 minutes of break is worth more than checking something for the 7th time. I promise you. Like, you'll be amazed at how successful I've been able to be with typos. Like, I still have them. Things still happen. So double, triple checking, like, no one is going to die. So one of my favorite people in the world, Maggie Reyes, she says to me, you're not a doctor, right? Like, it's okay. And for those of you that are doctors, because I'm sure there's some listening, not everything in your life needs to be treated the same way as like life or death surgery. Okay, next up is cutting all the to-dos that have been on the list for over a month. If they've not happened by now, they're not important. And if they're not important, they're not going to get done. And if they do become important again later, pick them back up then. There is no glory for having the longest to-do list. I don't care what anyone else says. I've heard this before. I've been in those rooms of like, I just have so much to do. I'm just so busy. Fuck that shit. Like, cut the to-do list radically. That's going to be something that we learn in the time investing sprint in like a lot of detail. You're going to get every single one of my hacks to cut that to-do list and get you ahead and staying there consistently. Okay, the last one, super obvious. We still don't do it. It's like one that we like know about in theory and we're like, tomorrow. Get away from your screens, whether it's getting outside for a walk or literally lying on the ground in your kitchen or in your lounge. Sometimes I just lie on the floor, pull out my yoga mat. Not even always pulling out my yoga mat. I'm going to be real with you guys. I just lie on the floor and I'm just like, okay, just be for a few minutes. Our brains are not used to all this stimulation that they have in front of them now. It's exhausting. It's like literally when you are exhausted. So I'll tell you guys, when I created the time investment sprint, the content, should I say, my brain was tired afterwards. And me 2 years ago would have been like, oh, I'm tired afterwards. Let me go put Netflix on and lie in front of it. And then obviously all these like sounds, sights, visual triggers, noises, like it's not relaxing for our brain always to always go from screen to screen. It's also okay if you do that, but just be willing to get away from those screens a little bit. just a little bit. I just invite you to do it, because that 5 minutes away from your screen can give you so much, can give your brain like just peace. And then you can go back to doing whatever you want to do. Like this, none of these have to be done like militantly or all hours of the day. That is like not what time hacking or time investing is about. That's the opposite of anything you'll learn from me. Everything you learn from me is about what is something that I can do, like the smallest thing I can do for the biggest impact. That's a good time investment. Okay. The last thing I want to offer is that you are going to do these things or implement these things, and then you're going to not do them, and you're going to fuck up, and you're going to mess around. You're going to take 3 steps forward and 5 steps back. Whatever it is, however it shows up for you, when we tell ourselves it's only worth doing something if we do it perfectly, we are never going to start, ever. So you will fuck up, you should fuck up. This is how you're going to learn and get smarter. And so spending 2 hours one morning scrolling in bed is just 2 hours. It's not a big deal until you decide that the whole day, week, month is ruined and you're never going to get where you want to go because of it. Does this all make sense? Of course it does. It's easy, it's implementable, and it has huge impacts. Now, if this resonated with you, then you want to come and join the 3-day pop-up training, the time investing sprint, where you are going to become a time investor. You are going to leave investing your time for a return so you can get ahead and stay there for good. This is not like a do more, do all of these things, like to-do list management, calendar organization, follow these like 35 steps, hustle training. It's the opposite of everything you've been taught before. That's why it's going to actually work. It's going to eliminate all those time management to-dos that take so much time as well. Trust me, been there. And I actually got a voice note from a friend who kind of knows what I do, but not really. And she's going on a long trip with her family. And she told me about how she wrote all the lists and she calendared it in. And then not everything went in the calendar, and then dealing with the pressure and the overwhelm. And like, this is not what this class is about. And this is not what I teach. Cut the time management to-dos and you already save hours. But that's just where this training starts, just where it starts in getting out of time debt. And what we do instead is so much cleaner, simpler, and more fun. So head to bit.ly/time investing sprint, or the links are in the show notes. You can pay in GBP or USD, and I will see you there. And if you have any questions, email team@vickylouise.com. Bye, lovelies. I will see you for the time investing sprint. It starts next Monday. So just to be clear, that's the 28th of June. Get in there. We are already in the group making shit happen. All right. Bye, loves.
Thanks for listening. Are you ready to feel better? You can download a free anxiety workbook, which includes a bonus worksheet to use anytime you feel anxiety creeping in, by heading over to vickylouise.com/guide. That is Vicky, VIKKI, then Louise, LOUISE. So vickylouise.com/guide. The link will also be in the show notes. Just do it.